If you like, take the whole courses online and offline. If you don't do these three things, you will still be in need, and you will not be able to meet up your family needs, and debt will still roll in, and you still have financial stresses. Coming from someone who was in debt for well over 7 years, I can tell you this literally, that these three things that you need to start doing is the only thing that can save you and get you out of debt. Now, what are these three things, you may be saying? What are they? Where can I learn them and start doing them? But before I tell you, listen to this. I was in debt for 7 years, and I cried, I prayed, I fasted. In fact, I almost gave up. I became antisocial, but nothing worked. Then, when I was at the verge of giving up, I've been in debt. I owed everybody. I owed the bank. I owed apps. I owed people around me. I realized something I was doing wrong. I was not overspending. I was not a rough spender. And I also was not a careless spender. But yet, I was in debt. What was happening? I kept on asking myself, where did I get it wrong? Yes, I am kind. I help people. I love to help people. Even that is not the reason why I was in debt. I pay my tithes. Yes, that is not the reason why I'm in debt. And I got to realize that for me to get out of debt, I needed to do three things. First, track my expenses. Second, stop any other wishful spending. Thirdly, begin to save. But that alone is not enough to keep me out of debt totally. Then I started to tell myself that there are things I need to do. There are ways I need to live. There are things that I need to put in place. And these are the things that I'm willing to teach you if you would sit up and learn on how to get out of debt. Now, it is not going to be simple, or it's not going to be an overnight success. But if you're willing to learn and take the time to learn it, you would begin to realize that you've been doing a lot of things wrongly, and a lot of things need to change from now, beginning from this moment. How did you get into debt? You need to ask yourself how you got into debt. When did you start being in debt? You need to ask yourself, when did you start being in debt? What is the lifestyle around the time that you are or you were in debt? You need to ask yourself that one too. Then you need to come to a point and agree to yourself that you are in debt, and it is already causing you shame. It is causing you depression. It is causing you a sleepless night, and you need to accept it first. When you accept that you're in debt, that is the first point of healing. That is the first point of growth, and that is the first point of your breakthrough. Now, remember that I have not told you the three things that you need to do to get out of debt. Now, there are basically only three things that you need to do to get out of debt. It does not take forever for you to get out of debt. After you know these things and you apply these things, you will definitely be able to put it to practice and get out of debt. The next thing you're going to tell yourself is that, am I willing to get out of debt? Have I given myself a time frame to get out of debt? And if I've given myself a time frame to get out of debt, what am I going to be doing to get out of debt? You need to ask yourself those questions and be sure that you get the right answer from yourself. Else, you will still be going in a circle. For some of you, you have followed so many debt coaches that have told you that they want to get you out of debt and all of that, and yet you have seen no results, or you have not applied. Now, those three things that you're going to be learning today, or you're going to be seeing ahead, you are going to apply them to get you out of debt. You need to apply them to get you out of debt. Without application of them, you will not be able to get out of debt. This is not rocket science. It is something that is practical, and you need to learn it before you can get out of debt totally. Remember, I told you that you are not spending too much money. Yes, as much as I have been teaching people that for you to get out of debt, you need to stop wishful spending, I also tell you that you're not in debt because you're spending too much money. You are not in debt because you are making small money. No, you are not in debt because there's family pressure on you. No, you are simply in debt because of the following three reasons I'm going to be telling you, and the following three reasons that will also follow suit for you to get out of debt. Now, what are the reasons why you are in debt? You're in debt because you are holding on to only one source of income, like Lifeline. You are not holding on to any other thing but only that one as a lifeline. Then you are in debt because you don't have enough savings. and then you are in debt because you feel let you enjoy now. Enjoyment is good, but at the detriment of what? Which future? Then the next thing that is going to get you out of debt, which is part of the three things, and I'll be teaching you and telling you as you will progress, you need to refine your mind and think differently. You are in debt. Your friends that you have put you in debt for the past 10 years, 5 years are still the same friends you have. The community where you are staying, that you are in debt, that you are begging everybody, still where you are still staying. You are not ready to get out of there and look for a better solution to your life and things around you. You're not ready to change where you are, how you think. You're not ready to change the way you appear. You're not ready to change the way you have positioned yourself. That is why you're still in debt. Oh, you might even have an excuse that if I change from here, I'm working in the same organization. Your change must not start physically. It must start from your head first, upstairs, before it can manifest physically. And until you are able to start thinking it from your head, manifesting it physically is going to be a bit hard. So it's not that, yes, you are in debt. Of course, you cannot just pack out of your location right now. You need to gather up money before you pack out. But you need to change your mindset and begin to think that, okay, if I'm to stay here for a long time, how long will it take me to get out of debt? If I'm going to stay here for more than 5 years again, how long is it going to take me to be in debt? Will my life be better? Will my children's life be better? Will my environment be better? Would I become a better person than I have been before? You need to start thinking that way, else you would not be able to do anything for yourself. The three things that I'm going to be teaching you on how to get out of debt, you will get it free in this podcast. You will get it for free and you can apply it and get out of debt. But if you decide to stay longer with me, you also get better and deeper understanding of it. Now, what are these three things that would get you out of debt? You may be asking. You may be like, okay, I need to know these three things right now. The three things does not just happen without you being patient. You need to tell yourself the truth that it's going to take me a couple of time. It's going to take me a couple of weeks, a couple of months for me to actually master and get myself out of these things, even though you can start immediately. You can start applying these things immediately, but you need to give yourself time so that you'll be able to master it. There is nothing that is going to be beautiful that does not take time. Pregnancy takes 9 months before a child is born. Any child that is born within 6 months or 4 months will give the parents trouble, and they will have to stay in the hospital for a very long time before that child actually becomes better. And it will cost them more spending, right? So whenever you want to learn something, tell yourself that it's going to take you time to learn it and it's going to take you time to master it, and then that is the faster way you get to learn it. You're also going to tell yourself the truth, because you know that for a aeroplane to start flying, it has gone through rigorous checks and also rigorous testings, and also the engines were put together not in 1 day, not in 2 days, not in 1 week, not even in 13 days or in 10 months. It was put together through process and time. You're going to tell yourself the truth and begin to face the realities of life by making the simplest thing, believing that it's going to take you a little bit of time, but you will master it. And that is how you will master it. So what is this thing that I've been talking about since? What is this thing that I've spoken about to this point? The three things that will get you out of debt that you have not been doing, or you are not doing right, or you think you know it and you don't even know it yet. What are these three things? If I give you this thing, after this, you can just go and apply it and learn it. Apply it and learn it and just know that you'll get out of debt. You may not even go ahead with maybe staying in the group or anything. You can just apply it and get results. But remember that once you start getting results, the least you can do for me is just come and say, Lucy, thank you. This thing that you told me is actually working, and I realize that I'm getting out of debt. What is this thing that would get you out of debt that you have not been doing or you're not doing well? One, it's you are not selling anything. Two, I will tell you, let me explain, you're not selling anything. Some of you think that your kiosk in your house, that clothes you are selling in your shop, or that things you're selling in your office is something that you're selling. No, you're not selling. You're not selling. You're just using that one to hold up to yourself, to give yourself the mentality that you're selling. But when it comes to true selling, you're not selling anything. People are not buying from you. When I say selling, is when they think of that particular thing in your community, in your place, around your geographical area whose person's name comes to mind. In Nigeria, when we want to think of salt, before we think of Anapona or any other company, we think of Dangote. When we want to buy oil, we think of Kings. When they want to get something in that area or the thing that you think you're selling, do they think about you? No, do they really think about you? When they don't think about you, you're losing money. Have you positioned yourself to the point where they will think about you? So that is why I said you're not selling anything. So you might think you have a kiosk that there is 50,000 naira there, or there's $20 there in your kiosk, and you think you're selling. You're not selling anything yet. Until you are able to dominate your environment or your space for them to know when they want something, they know it's you that they will get it from. That is when you start selling. This is one out of the three things that you're doing that you're not doing or you're not doing right that is keeping you in debt. And you know that selling is part of life. In case you don't know, selling is part of life. The second one is you don't know how to sell. Who are you selling to? You don't know how to sell. You just come and say, hey, please come and buy my market, or if I want to use my Ghanaians and people's term, Charlie, please come and buy my market, or if you don't buy today, I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to feed my children. Is that what you're telling your people? People would not buy because nobody likes you in the first place. Nobody likes you, nobody knows you, and they will not buy because they want to pity you. And even if you have people that pity you for a few minutes, when you go back to them repeatedly, they'll get tired of you. Even you yourself, have you not bought banana from a roadside woman because you feel the sun is too hot for her, and then the next day you see her, you pity her and buy again? Then the next time you see her, you remove your face. You know that yes, this woman does just not want to upgrade her life. It's not that your pity for her will just expire, right? If your pity for her would expire, what makes you think that people who are buying from you because of pity would not get tired of buying from you out of pity? What system have you put in place to make sure that everybody that comes to buy from you does not just buy from you because of pity, but also remains with you and keeps buying from you? Have you thought of that? Have you thought of how to put that in place, to do that to yourself and to your business? You don't need anybody to preach to you when you know what you're doing. You don't know how to sell. Until you know how to sell, you cannot get out of debt. Anybody can sell anything if they choose to do it. You have seen people who are selling very ugly something, and you yourself, you know it's very ugly, but people are rushing to buy it. Why? Because they know how to sell. Have you asked yourself, what is it that I would sell? How should I sell it? You don't know how to sell. So you need to go and learn how to sell. You need to learn how to sell. And that is the only thing that is going to get you out of debt. That is the only thing that is going to get you out of debt. Now, I've given you 2 out of that 3 I said, right? This is the third one. Now, the third one, it's very unique. You may think that, you know it and all of that. And you may be feeling, you've gotten it after I tell you can just leave this podcast and go. There is no challenge. But know that from where you get this, there is more to it. Okay? Now, here, this is the third one. You don't know who to sell to. So you think because you are selling oil or palm oil, it is only Mama Sikirat that is in your street that fries akara down the road that should be buying from you. You don't know that there are places that they need this groundnut oil or palm oil, and you've not thought, okay, where would I put this palm oil for people to buy? You have not thought that, okay, can this palm oil business make me riches, the riches that I desire? You have not thought that, can this palm oil take me out of this place? You have not thought that these slippers that I'm selling, who else can I sell these slippers to? You have not thought that, okay, how do I do this thing that people will see these slippers and think of me alone and I will sell it to them, apart from just my neighbors in the community, or apart from just the people I've been begging, please come and buy these slippers, else if you don't buy these slippers, me and my children will not eat tonight. Have you thought of it? Or you are just sitting there and hoping? Even if you're a contractor, have you asked yourself, what else can I do as a contractor that I would be making more money and actually getting myself out of debt? Have you think of how would I position myself as a contractor in order to attract more clients that are ready to pay me? It's not the one that you do one contract 1 year and before, and in the next in 9 months you've not done another one till December. Then another miracle will come, and then you do one job and it will take you another 12 months before another one come. No, there is a way you position yourself that you never lack business to do. Have you not heard of people who throughout the year they are booked? They are booked throughout the year from the beginning of the year. They don't have anything to serve any other person. People like Vicky James, the tailor in Nigeria. What about Tafo? All of them. Have you sat down to think, how do they do these things? What do they do? They've mastered their craft. So what is it that we have spoken about? You are not selling anything. You don't know how to sell. And you don't know who to sell to. So if you're going to learn those three things, you are definitely going to get out of debt without joke, without a play. And that is what I have sat down to think about and look into it. And I realized that yes, you are not in debt because you are spending too much money. Let me use my Ghanaian people's voice. Charlie, you're not in debt because you are spending too much money. You're in debt because you have refused to know how to sell. And you're not selling anything. And you don't know who to sell to. In the upcoming course, you will be learning practical ways who you are going to sell to. You're going to learn how to sell, the deep part of how to sell. Ways to sell to people that they keep coming back to you, and what to sell. That is the only thing that is going to get you out of debt. And guess what? It is not just going to come to you in a platter of gold. You have to search for it. You have to search deep for it. And because over the years, I don't just want to create courses that people will just come buy the course and there is no impact. No, I am out for transformation. I took my time to sit down and observe why people are in debt. And I used myself as a case study then that I was in debt. And I also used myself as a case study when I got out of debt, and I used myself again as a case study and applied it to other people around me and also other students that I've attended to, how they went back into debt. It is because they are not selling anything. They don't know how to sell, and they don't know who to sell to. I'm going to be creating a podcast that how to sell, what to sell, who to sell to, and how to dominate. That is the only way you're going to get out of debt. And this is also going to come with a discipline pack where you know where to save, how to save, where to keep your money, and let it grow for you. If you're going to get this course now, after this podcast, on pre-order, you're going to pay just a minimum of 5,000 naira. But when this course is totally out, you're going to be paying 10,000 naira and more. As time goes on, we review it, we increase the price. But if you're getting the course right now, after you listen to this podcast, you're using the link, you're going to get it for just 5,000 naira. Nothing more, nothing less. And you can buy on pre-order. You can buy it on pre-order. Once the course is ready, you get it. And guess what? We are almost finished in the course. I just thought to come and give you a heads up. So the only thing that you need to do, and even if you don't want to get the course, there is no challenge. You don't need to get the course if you can just go and learn how to do these things. Or if you can tell yourself you want to learn how to do these things. But in case you say, I don't know where to get these things from, I don't know who to teach me, like you have exposed this secret to me, I still want to learn from you, then you should get the course right now. Like now. Get the course. And after you get it, when it is ordered on pre-order, when it is out, you would get enrolled into it. And guess what? I am not bugging you with videos. I am not even giving you an ebook. I am giving you an audio version whereby you can hear me speak, you can hear me explain, and you are walking in your house, you can listen to it. You're driving, you can listen to it. You want to sleep, you can play it, to the point that you get to realize what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it, with whom you're supposed to do it, and the ways you're supposed to do it, and it becomes a part of you. This course is just going for 5,000 naira if you buy it on pre-order now. But if you buy it, if you're going to be buying it when it is out, you're going to be paying 10,000 naira and above. And remember, you can just go with the things that you have learned, the 3 things that I've taught you and I've brought out to you. You can go with it. You can just go with it and go and implement it. And in case you feel, okay, let me just buy this course for buying sake. If you buy the course and after a certain period of time, you learned everything you were taught in the course and you did not get out of debt, you did not multiply your income, and you did not become financially free, then you should come back. I would give you 100,000 naira on top of the money that you have already given me. Yes, on top of the money you registered for it, I will give you 100,000 naira. After you have shown me proven principle that yes, you did this, you did this, you did this, and you did not get results, I will give you 100,000 naira for wasting your time, for letting you register for a course that will not benefit you or that did not benefit you. That is after if you have done everything. Take this voice record. It's my voice. I know my voice. When I hear it, I know it. It cannot be cloned. And bring it back to me as evidence. So, with all this that I've said, just know that it is not that you're spending too much that you're still in debt. It's because you don't know how to sell. You're not selling anything and you don't know who to sell to. So if you want to get this course, the best time to get it is yesterday. Another best time to get it is now. Register for the course and wait. It will be delivered to you if you're doing pre-order. And if by the time of listening to this, it is already out, congratulations. Get it too and learn everything. Listen to everything you want to learn, and you need to learn and apply them immediately. I believe that this time I've spent with you explaining to you this is going to save you thousands in the coming year or in the year that you are in, whichever year you are listening to this, and in your own calendar year as you strive to get out of debt. I see you becoming debt free, and I see you dominating, and I see you having the money that you want. Yes, overspending is not the reason why you're in debt. You don't know what to sell, you don't know how to sell, and you don't know who to sell to.